Americans across the nation are marking their 247th Independence Day. On this day in the year 1776, American colonies gained independence from British rule. Now, the day is marked with parades, fireworks, carnivals, fairs, political speeches and numerous ceremonies. US President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden welcomed military families to the White House on the day, focusing on the freedom and liberty of America. The first family hosted a barbecue for military families and was joined by US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin and his wife, along with other ministers and invited guests.
You know, as we remember the extraordinary country this is, I hope we all rededicate ourselves to the essential work of our democracy, which is to unify this nation, to see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Let us remember that.
Families, welcome to the White House. All across the country and at bases around the world, people are gathering with family and friends to celebrate the birth of our nation. But even as we laugh with our neighbors and enjoy the parades and cookouts and fireworks, we can never lose sight of the freedoms that this day represents, or the families who make that freedom possible. Families like all of you.
US gained independence when, during the American Revolution, the Second Continental Congress voted to approve a resolution of independence, which led to the legal separation of the 13 colonies from Great Britain on 2nd July 1776. On 4th July, the Continental Congress approved the final draft of the Declaration of Independence. The day, which is a federal holiday in the US, is celebrated with various events across the country. Numerous parades are held on the day, featuring military units, local organizations, decorated floats and marching bands. Culinary delights are also a major part of the celebration, along with firework exhibitions. As the night falls, fireworks light up the sky in communities across the country. President Biden, along with his family at the White House, also watched the fireworks display in Washington, D.C. For more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani sent us this report from New York.
Independence Day 2023 is here, and New York is home to the famous Macy's 4th of July fireworks spectacular, which will take place over the East River and will light up the New York skyline once it gets dark around 9:30, 9:45 p.m. And while the weather has not been very cooperative here in the Northeast, barbecues and beaches may have been canceled, but the weather has not stopped the thousands of people who are making their way to the East River to get a glimpse of the fireworks up close and personal. Of course, the event will also be broadcast on national television across the country, and each town, city, and state, of course, has their own celebration. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World This Way.